It's time for Dodger baseball.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
And Turner in the air to center field. That ball's hit well. Martinez on the run. This is way back, and it is gone! It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner!
That's it! A knockout in 19. A 7th consecutive division title for the Dodgers.
And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me at DMac_LA. Dodgers get it done in Game 1. Walker Buehler shines tonight. He comes out. The Buell dog just came out tonight, and he took care of that Nationals lineup. And give the Dodger bats credit. Corbin, his success against the Dodgers, well documented, a .59 ERA in his last 5 starts against the Dodgers. But the Dodgers grinded out those at-bats, and the Dodgers get Game 1. They got to that bullpen, that tire fire of a bullpen, and the Dodgers made mincemeat of it. That Nationals bullpen, a 5.6 ERA, that's the highest ERA for a bullpen in playoff history. So the Dodgers knew the game plan going in. It was get to that bullpen and feast off it. But we're going to break down the entire game. But first, you know how we get down here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Give me your zip code wherever you're watching the post-game show. So let me give you a shout-out right here. So I'm going to get right to these comments. Stephen Myers said, D-Mac, I'm drunk. Hey, man, I'm about to pop a bottle right now, baby. About to crack one open for that win. We got Charles. Yes, Danny, Game 1, go blue. Game 1 in the books, 10 more to go for your boys in blue. But the Dodgers look focused tonight. The Dodgers knew they respected Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin is no joke. He's ace material, and the way he uses that slider is phenomenal. The way he executes on that slider, you saw the Dodgers had trouble laying off early on. But even though they only put up a run on the walks, they started to get to him, and then he goes 6. They put up 2 on him, and then the rest was history when the Dodgers came out. And Max Muncy, give Max Muncy here. But, man, you guys are fire away with the comments, so let me get in here rapid fire. Well, how you guys feel about Game 1? Ryan, turn your music down a bit. Doug, is my music on? All right, turn this down. But we got Colorado Springs, Andreas. We got Go Blue from Barba. Love the Blue from Edgar Alfaro, Des Moines, Iowa. Randall Etheridge, always rocking with the Dodgers Nation post-game show. What up, Randall from the 2798? How you guys feeling about Gavin Lux? First ever Dodger to hit a home run in the postseason on his first at-bat. Gavin Lux is the real deal. The 3rd Dodger to win Minor League Player of the Year. Marshall did it. You know, with the Dodgers, with their history of that farm system. And look what the Dodgers did. Gavin Lux, Andrew Freeman said he's not just going to come up to watch. Dave Roberts mentioned it. He's up here to play. He's up here to contribute. Hey, man, he could step onto the scene like a Cabrera, like a Derek Jeter, and have an impact. So that was the icing on the cake to have Gavin Lux come in there and crack one right there at the very end of the game. Gavin Lux with the flex. He was flexing. Jock Peterson hit that foul pole. But you got to love what you see out of Gavin Lux. He comes in there. Hunter Strickland. By the way, after Jock Peterson hit one, I was like, it's my turn to go deep on him. But who do you guys have for player of the game? Because Walker Buehler was downright filthy tonight. The dog and Walker Buehler. You saw it in Game 3 of the World Series last year. You saw it in Game 163. When you need a big start, when you need someone to come in and shut guys down, Walker Buehler can do it. You know they're going to want to attack our lefties. You know that move was to get Walker Buehler in there. But I like Max Muncy tonight. Max Muncy, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs, a stolen base. Max Muncy, the funky Muncy, was getting after it. I told you, if you watched the preview show, I got him as my World Series MVP. I think he's going to carry this Dodger offense. He's so clutch. We saw it in that same Game 3 where it's like Game 3 last year. Walker Buehler shines, Max Muncy gets the game-winning hit. Same scenario tonight. Walker Buehler shines, and Max Muncy carries the load for this Dodger offense. But back to the comments. We got Luis, we got Jason, we got Richard, Muncy. Who you guys got as your player of the game? Let me know in the comments. If you've not let me know, where are you repping tonight? Rep your city in the comments so I can give you a shout-out. But Matt, you gotta love what you saw out of Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler messing with his mechanics in that last start in San Francisco. He said he's done it in the past. And he comes out there, and Walker Buehler was straight dealing tonight. One hitter, held him to one hit for Walker Buehler tonight, and he was downright nasty. So I think I'm going with the Buell dog. I'm going with Walker Buehler. I had him pitching 7 innings tonight, but Walker Buehler, he's the first pitcher in baseball history to strike out at least 7 batters in each of his first 5 career postseason appearances. Bob Gibson is the only other pitcher to do so in each of his first 4 playoff games. So Walker Buehler is in the same sentence with Bob Gibson, the guy who they lowered the mound because he was so dominant, and it was a great sign to see the Buell dog out there dealing. Hey, I think all that champagne, all that beer is dried up. They're fresh off that wild card game win, and then you're facing a team like the Los Angeles Dodgers. To me, these are the 2 best teams in the NL, and the Dodgers took care of business. We're going to break it all down, but how about the bullpen from Unlimited Stick? We got Kevin, co-players Walker and Max from Missouri. We got Michael, Chattanooga, Salvador, El Centro, California. We got Susie from is that your social security number? Is that your phone number? No, from the 602 Phoenix. Let's meet up to watch the rest of the games. Hey, we're going to be partying this Sunday at the boat. So go to DodgersNation.com. Lots of great content at Dodgers Nation right now. All your playoff reads you're going to find right over there. And then also get geared up, man. This merch is flying off the racks. See my shirt tonight. Enough about 88. It's about getting these final 10 wins and ending that 31-year drought. I think this year, you really couldn't feel any better about Game 1. The Dodgers were locked in. The Dodgers came into this game on a streak. The Dodgers, if you look the way they came in this, they swept those 2 road series. They had all the momentum in the world, but you had all this talk about this national team. They get their first win. They get their first playoff win. But hey, like I pointed out yesterday, they have still yet to eliminate a team in a multi-game series. So I still don't consider the monkey off their back quite yet. And you know the track record of this Dodger team, the new approach with Robert Van Scoyoc. You saw that in effect in the first 6 innings against Patrick Corbin. So we know Patrick Corbin is nice with it. You know that he's a dominant pitcher. You know how well he fares against the Dodger. But we got Kevin. What part of Missouri? Oh, yeah, nice. Howie Kendrick still loves L.A. I love that. Pat Matson had not a great night for Kendrick. He let 2 get by him. Really was the difference in the game. That dribbler with Max Muncy. Hey, he was first base. He's got to glove up. And for a minute there, I used to love Howie Kendrick so much that I was feeling bad for the guy. But hey, man, if you're not rocking Dodger blue, I'm not repping you these days. But hey, maybe you're right. Maybe he loves the Dodgers so much he kind of threw that. But we got Seager, we got Stoney, Bellinger. Beat the shift. You can do it. Hey, if you look at it. Yeah, let's break down the game. If you look at top of the first, you got, or if you look at, Rendon wants to come to L.A. Yeah, if you saw that last play there where it got by Turner, hey, he did lose a step for a little bit. Maybe Justin Turner is ready to move to first, but hey, JT is ready. I'm looking for Justin Turner to have that postseason. That postseason explosion that we know he's going to have, because if you look at Justin Turner, a 420 career on-base percentage. Only 100 players with 150 career plate appearances have that. So he's in rare air in that. He gets on base. He thought he had one at the end, but yeah, let's get back to the comments. So Jansen will close tomorrow. You got Clayton Kershaw going tomorrow. But yeah, let's break down this game a little bit. Some of the key innings here. So top of the second, Soto gets a leadoff single in the second. Kendrick, he's been hot since coming out the IL. He's hitting .425. So he's a guy we're going to have to deal with as this series moves along. We'll see if Howie Kendrick can keep that hot bat like he was swinging. But Buehler, the thing about Walker Buehler tonight, he painted that corner with that 99-mile-per-hour four-seam heater. He got Howie Kendrick looking. Third strikeout for Buehler. And you know he was dealing. You could see that you could see the look in his eye that he was dealing, and also how he was working all the quadrants of the zone, high, low. He just had it tonight. And when Walker Buehler has it, he's practically unhittable. Good night. Try again tomorrow, because when Walker Buehler is dealing like that, and yes, he didn't go the distance. Don't kid yourself. Walker Buehler could have gone much longer in this one, and he definitely would have been up to the task, but You take him out. Walker Buehler tonight, 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, 3 walks, and how he battled in that inning with the walk. So the way he battled in that situation was great. 8 strikeouts, 100 pitches tonight for the Buell Dogs, 62 strikes. And he had it tonight. Remember when everyone was killing Joe Kelly, calling all sorts of names? Keep the faith, go Big Blue. Hey, you guys have been rocking with us all season long. You know that, yes, you guys were calling for Joe Kelly's head. And Joe Kelly, he's a guy he's ready. He's ready for the postseason too. And if you look at him too, Joe Kelly, he came on strong. I mean, he's a guy that, hey, don't kid yourself. They will look to him to close games. There's no question about it. To me, he's going to have a minimum of 3 to 4 saves in this postseason. He's come on strong in 19 appearances since July 31st, a 2.81 ERA. So, and if you look too, I mean, this guy is just he has electric stuff. But John Isles, Dear Doug, ... hi from the 661, made an oopsie on the first post. I forgot who was hosting. My bad. Mario Maeda with the great outing. Kenta Maeda, you saw him tonight. He came in. That was the move. You come in with the loogie. So you saw how they've been working Adam Kolarek. And if you guys... 10 more, Doug, from Joshua. John Islands, I'm a bit delirious. Hey, delirium at Dodger Stadium tonight. You saw the towels waving. It's towel waving season. Virginia, let the record reflect that I always supported Joe Kelly. Virginia, I specifically remember when times were tough, when he had an ERA north of 8, you were still rocking with Joe Kelly. I remember I was talking about his bobblehead day, and I said they should just give away Joe Kelly instead of giving away his bobblehead, and I apologize to Joe Kelly, but he didn't have his best stuff tonight. He did give up a hit. The Dodgers had a one-hitter there. They were flirting with history, but Joe Kelly, he's a guy just getting into it. And, yeah, it was a great way to get him in. Great way to get his feet wet in this postseason, and he might have to face his former team in the next round with the St. Louis Cardinals. Jason, I never lost faith in Kelly. Christian, I prefer Joe Kelly than Kenley Jansen. Hey, we got to give Kenley Jansen a chance. We have to see what Kenley Jansen has. You're not going to get superhuman Kenley Jansen, okay? 2017, 136 innings pitched, 213 Ks, 18 walks. I mean, you're not going to get superhuman, all-time elite Kenley Jansen, but I want a serviceable Kenley Jansen because you want to have that depth. If you look at their bullpen, by the way, you think we have a bad bullpen. Their bullpen is absolutely dumpster fire status. They're the meme. Everything's fine. That is that Nationals bullpen. And if you look at the difference, the juxtaposition of their bullpen and their starting staff, they have that three-headed monster in Strasburg who's going to go tomorrow, and he already pitched 33 pitches in that wild card game. But look, what up, Zed James? D-Mac, how's it going, my man? Zed James, he's a part of the SD Dodger. I might have disturbed some neighbors when Lux went yard. Bro, I was too lit when Gavin Lux went yard. His swing is so pretty. If you look at Gavin Lux, he's a guy that looks like he's primed and ready for this postseason because, hey, you just don't know. Until you allow guys to experience this time of year, you never know if the light's going to turn on. Look at Andrew Jones, Cabrera, Buster Posey, Madison Bumgarner. The postseason isn't for everyone, but Gavin Lux, trust me, opposing teams have to worry about guys like David Freese, Cody Bellinger, Corey Seager. Will Smith tonight got robbed of a hit. It was a nice play, but don't kid yourself. Throwing Gavin Lux in there is going to be a major wild card. Teams are not going to have that type of depth to mess with it. I mean, and I was very surprised that he went deep. I thought, hey, he goes in there, has a nice at-bat, gets a taste of this postseason because Gavin Lux, last 7 games, batting 174, 10 strikeouts, no home runs, last 2 home runs in his last 30. So for Gavin Lux to get that start like he did and just come right out of the gates almost reminded me of Corey Seager in Game 1 of the National Series back in 2016 when Corey Seager was going yard, a young Corey Seager. So you know what this Dodger farm system does? You know what we produce? You know what you throw in that Dodger uniform coming out of that farm system? It's the golden goose down there, and they've gifted us Gavin Lux. And he went deep. So how excited were you guys on a scale of 1 to 10? How excited were you when what did you guys do when Gavin Lux went yard? Were you like SD Dodgers, who his neighbors are filing noise complaints at the moment, or what were you guys doing? I did some yelling, I did some screaming, did some quick all caps tweeting, which I don't like to do. But Christy, I was not expecting Lux to smash tonight. It was the icing on the cake, the ribbon on that Game 1 win. And, hey, look, say what you want, but you go against a 106-win Dodger team. I don't care that the Nationals went 19 of 31 and then went 75 and 38 since then. Now, if you include tonight, 75 and 39, the Dodgers understand that Gavin Baum was nutty. Kristen Jameson tomorrow, Tina G-Man, Game 1, check, 10 more to go. And, hey, how about that other game where the Cardinals came back on that Braves bullpen? I think we need to root for the Braves because we're going to mash that bullpen like we mashed this bullpen. I mean, you got that three-headed monster, and we slayed one of those dragons tonight. We're probably going to see him again. Hopefully not. Hopefully break out the broomsticks on the Nationals. But if we see Corbin again, we know what to do. We know how to work it. We know, look, a couple instances tonight. A.J. Pollock couldn't stay off that slider. David Freese couldn't stay off that slider. That slider is the best slider in Major League Baseball. There's no doubting. If you look at that slider for Patrick Corbin, most swinging strikes on sliders, he has 342. 342 leads Major League Baseball. The second closest is Verlander. So there's no shame on missing on that slider. It's an elite pitch. It's one of the greatest pitches in baseball. Opponents swing and miss on over 52% of swings versus sliders. So it's a pitch that he knows, but the Dodgers understood early on, maybe we're not going to rake and maybe we're not going to post a lot of runs. Maybe we're not going to plate a lot of runs. But what we are going to do is we're going to get that pitch count up, and they did just that. The first inning, 31 pitches for Patrick Corbin. A.J. Pollock, by the way, yeah, I thought that they would come out there, get on base. You know, if you get a leadoff walk in an inning, when you walk early in the inning, you have a 38% chance of scoring in that inning. So if you look at that, David Freese, not the best start for David Freese tonight, but look for him. He's just getting going, kind of a warm-up game for David Freese. He's gonna be there just like he was in 2011 against the Rangers when he was on the Cardinals. So. Breaking down this game a little more. Here we go. Ricky Cardo. By the way, how do you guys feel about, I think, Dave Roberts? What would you grade Dave Roberts tonight? I like the move he made, taking out Freese, putting in Jock Peterson. Peterson draws that walk, and you saw what happened. And then, I'm keeping close tabs. I'm keeping close tabs on all the Dave Roberts moves because, hey, we're going to be prisoners of the moment. We're going to be very emotional at times. If one move goes wrong, I want to have some evidence to the contrary in defense of Dave Roberts because, hey, this is his 24th postseason win as an LA Dodger manager, 4th year as the Dodgers skipper, 2 100-win seasons, and he looked like, oh, man, that Gavin Lux, a home run just flashed in my head again. But you got to love it. So, if you look at, that inning too. So, bottom of the 7th, AJ. So, breaking down kind of some of the key innings here. If you look at it, the Dodgers, they get that run on the walk. They get that one on the walk. And if you look at it, the Dodgers, they hit home runs. So, the Dodgers hit a home run tonight. You know what's going to happen when they hit home runs. When the Dodgers hit home runs, the Dodgers in the regular season, 886 home runs. 49.8% of their runs came from the home run ball. So, they did it today with the long ball, but that was kind of when the game was out of reach. The Dodgers really, I just love their play discipline. They're working counts deep. They had great at-bats out there against one of the elite pitchers when it comes to facing the Dodgers. But if you look at it, if you look at it, so kind of the top, bottom of the 5th. So it's 1-0, top of the 5th. Victor Robles, he flies to right, and then Gomes struck out swinging. Corbin goes down swinging. 15 consecutive scoreless innings. 16 now consecutive scoreless innings for Walker Buehler. He is going to be the ace. Look for him. Hey, I'm calling it right now. Maybe he goes full. The Buell dog goes bulldog in this postseason. Carries this team like Oral did the '88 Dodgers. But he takes it into the bottom of the 5th. We got, by the way, let me get some more of your comments here. Some of your hot Dodger takes. What do you guys got? How do you guys feel? What's your confidence level for the rest of the season? How many games does this series last? I think the Dodgers, I was so impressed with their offense tonight. yesterday on the preview show, I thought with this three-headed monster, I thought you'd get at least one gem from Strasburg, Corbin, Corbin definitely pitched a nice game, but that pitch count was up so high, he didn't get to take it deep. I seriously think the Dodgers could sweep. You got Kershaw going tomorrow, and then also Dave Roberts mentioned the possibility of getting him out of the bullpen at some point if they need him. But I think you got Kershaw tomorrow, and then Hyun-Jin Ryu. Hey, we get the game 2 tomorrow. I have all the faith in Hyun-Jin Ryu. The monster goes into Washington and gets it done. But what do you guys think? How many games will this series last? I'm not getting overconfident. Maybe I am. I was sweating. I was sweating when it was 1-0, biting my fingernails. But hey, now I'm confident. Now I feel good about it. Nice for all of us to get our first little postseason taste today, because how nervous were you guys during this game? Cyberpunk, how's it going, my man? Ricky, Ryan Moore, Mickey, Mario, Yolanda, Ricky Carter. So I got my boss, a Cardinals fan, to root for the Dodgers tonight. Made him drink, but he watched it. Hey, man, get schwasty with your boss, get a promotion. Just, hey, suggest it. You never know. You might agree to it. Get him to sign something. Christy, it's over in 3. Ricky, I'm in 3. I'm sorry. Christian, not too excited. Unfinished business. Hey, you're going to have those nihilistic Dodger fans, and I'm with you, too. I'm with you. This is business. This is business for this Dodger team, but in the same token, you got to celebrate each and every win. Hey, man, you only YOLO, right? You only live once, and you're not going to you just got to celebrate every win, and this team came out, and they, despite only posting a few runs early there, the Dodgers remained focused. They did not get carried away. Scoring first was big for the Dodgers. If you look at the Dodgers, and the other thing too, if you look at the Dodgers too, 72-21 when scoring first. Nationals 28-42 when they give up the first run to the opponent. So the Dodgers had everything going for them early, as far as that goes, as far as hitting a home run goes. But it was the way. It just look. You hear about this bullpen, and you know the Dodgers in the regular season. If you look at the Dodgers, if you look at the regular season, you know it was pretty even. I think they took 4 of 7 against this national team, but this bullpen is not equipped to deal with the depth of the Dodgers. You saw the impending doom in the eyes of Dave Martin, in the eyes of that national dugout. As the further this game went along, you knew that they felt the Dodgers at some point would get it together, that they would get to guys like Fernando Rodney, which they did. And if you look too, so breaking down this game a little more. So yeah, let me get your comments right here, my bad. Let Kelly close. Raider Mike, I think he did. Mario, we have to get past our kryptonite Cardinals. I like that. I like him. You coined that right there. The kryptonite Cardinals. That'd be a great way to get, man. Hey, this is revenge season. How about that? So this is Arya Stark with her list. There's the Cardinals. We'll be happy to cross them off, and then we'll be happy to cross off the Houston Astros after that. I know people are rooting against the Astros, against the Yankees in the AL. I'm saying bring it on. I want, to be the best, you got to beat the best, and I'm totally for going against one of those AL juggernauts. I want to get them because I want a big time. Oh, peace out, Adam Hanks. Later, my man. Jake, what a bomb by Jock. Hey, man, cracked the foul pole. Kind of reminded me of that shot he hit against San Diego where he's still looking up at that. But Cyberpunk, Jock is very difficult to strike out as well. I told you, it's going to be a Jocktober. You're going to get that Jock pop. You put him in situations where he can succeed. You throw him against those righties. You know he can turn on one, and that's why he's so valuable to this team, because he's got that. Lance Stevenson, Fernando Rodney, man. Hey, man. He almost reminds me of Rodney Rogers. Remember Rodney Rogers back in the day? But hey, man, I like Fernando Rodney. 42. Hey, you rock your hat with that kind of swag. I'm not mad at him. Mike, Rodney is terrible at Dodger Stadium. That's true, too. The writing was on the wall when you were going to bring him in. If you look at Fernando Rodney, so yeah, it came down to, if you look at, and by the way, give Adam Kolarek credit. The loogie comes in and he does his job and gets Soto. Soto red hot, coming off that go ahead hit that he had just a couple days ago. Kolarek comes in, does his job. Everyone was asking me. I remember the post-game show. Someone said, "Hey, Doug, who the F is Kolarek?" And none of us really knew him very well, but he came from Tampa Bay. The reputation of that bullpen is that they produce elite quality arms, and Claret comes in. He does his job, and then is the top of the 7th. Then Kenta Maeda comes in, and then, by the way, how about that great play defensively by Chris Taylor, top of the 7th on that Howie Kendrick shot. I'm telling you, Howie Kendrick is getting great bat on the ball right now. Chris Taylor got it, and then a 1-2-3-7 for Kenta Maeda. So Kenta Maeda, you see him in the bullpen. He's a different pitcher. He's a guy that comes out there, and his velocity is up, his location. If he's throwing first pitch strikes and he can use that slider, if he can use that changeup, this guy is really a top-tier extended relief type reliever. So you got to love what you saw out of him. And then Kenta Maeda, and then the bottom of the 7th, AJ Pollock, he strikes out on that Tanner Rainey slider. So that made it 1 out. Tanner Rainey, that's their hardest thrower out of the pen. He comes out there, he has some serious gas on his stuff, but he's not just going to be able to come out there and mow Dodgers down. And he comes out there, and that he only faced him. Jock Peterson, he pinch hit for David Freese, drew the walk. Justin Turner singles to right. He gave the Dodgers first and third with Cody Bellinger at the plate. By the way, any of you guys go to the game, how was that Cody Bellinger bobblehead? That's pretty cool, right? And I heard that, the Dodgers, man, they're almost a little afraid with all the success. They had to do a bobblehead night just to make sure that Dodgers Nation was going to be out there. No way. That place was going to be packed to the brim, bobblehead or not, towel or not. Dodgers Nation is ready for this postseason. But anyways, did you guys get the bobblehead? I just want to say, what do you guys think? Do you guys like it? So Dave Martin came in. He came out to get Rainey, and then Fernando Rodney came in to face Cody Bellinger. Bellinger strikes out, and then Chris Taylor, great plate discipline, 13 pitch at bat. He walks. He loads the bases for Max Muncy. Max Muncy hitting .211 with bases loaded. Not a guy who's been raking like crazy with the bases loaded, and he comes up, he doubles, he hits it into right field. First at bat ever against Fernando Rodney, and he got that fastball tailed over the plate, knocked it in. 3 of the 4 runs tonight knocked in by Max Muncy at that point. Then the top of the 8th, another 1-2-3 inning by Kenta Maeda. You got to love what you saw. Kenta was just comfortable out there. He's ready for the postseason. We've groomed him for these moments. We understand the deal with this contract. We know how he wants to get paid as a starter. But hey, you gotta get in where you fit in, my man. And Kenta Maeda tonight, very impressive. 1 2/3 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, 19 pitches, 15 for strikes for Kenta Maeda. The game was on live in Japan. Everyone was watching in Japan. So happy for Kenta Maeda. And then the bottom of the bottom of the 8th, Gavin Lux homers off Hunter Strickland. Jock Peterson, he hits a bomb off Hunter Strickland. So, and that was all she wrote. Dodgers get the win, 6-0. If you look at the Dodgers, by the way, back to the comments, by the way. How do you guys feel about tomorrow? Predict the score of tomorrow's game. Throw out a score for tomorrow. I think Clayton Kershaw, he's set up to have success. Mr. Skechers comes in. By the way, if Clayton Kershaw, I'll go deck down head to toe in Skechers. And Skechers is, hey, I'm not mad at Skechers. I kind of hope he comes with a light-up Sketcher, but I'm going to be decked in Skechers if he goes out and pitches a great game. I want to see those Skechers cleats. I'd probably rather have Kenley Jansen's Jordans, but hey, man, I think Clayton Kershaw comes in tomorrow. The Nationals are going to try to steal one to go to Washington with the split. They want to go home. They want to go to D.C. with the split. I think Clayton Kershaw says no to that. I think he comes out with a quality start, and I think the Dodgers go. David, hey, bud, do you see us sweeping them? I originally picked the Dodgers in 4. I now think a sweep is on the table with this offense tonight. I think they understand the formula to get to this bullpen. Yes, they didn't rake Patrick Corbin. They did not rake him. They did not mash him in the least bit. But Patrick Corbin was fresh. Patrick Corbin was definitely fresh. Steven Strasburg, though, that's going to be a different story. Steven Strasburg is going to be a different story because 33 pitches a couple days ago. Remember, he pitched 3 scoreless innings against the to basically put them in tonight's game. Without Steven Strasburg, Max Scherzer didn't have his best stuff, and Strasburg came in, gave him 3 scoreless innings, and he's going to be the guy to watch out for. He's had a great year. He pitched well, had a 2-hitter through 7. He had a no-hitter early in the year at home against the Dodgers, and Strasburg gave up 2 hits in that one. But if you look at if you look at Steven Strasburg, he's a guy, he led them with strikeouts. He led them with 251 strikeouts and only 209 innings. 33 starts for Strasburg. That's the second most he's made in his career. So we'll see how Strasburg looks tomorrow. A lot of pressure for Steven Strasburg to come out and dominate this Dodger team. But we got Zed James. Filipino Kershaw needs those Skechers cleats, man. Hey, man, put the Filipino flag in there. Hey, man, you just rep that. Shout out, man. Hey, man, I remember when you dressed like Kershaw. I kind of went way back on your Instagrams one day, and I saw you dressed as Kershaw head to toe. I love that, man. You got to bring that look back. But, hey, man, get that Filipino branding, Ricky Carter, keep Jansen out of it. I like that. It sounds like an argument. Keep Jansen out of it. No, I think Kenley Jansen, this team is set up for Kenley Jansen to pitch. You have to understand that we haven't seen Kenley Jansen, and he has he's deserving of a chance to come in and prove himself. His cutter has got another half-inch on it, and down the stretch, Kenley Jansen showed that he is worthy of getting his shot. We understand that Kenley – look, you guys know this Dodger team is very aware that they're not going to use him like they did in previous seasons. They're not going to use him like they did in 2017. They're not going to use him like they did in 2018. They're going to use him like they use Kenley Jansen now. No multi-inning saves, no 4-out saves. Try to get him clean innings. You put him in with runners on, that's basically a stolen base. So I think that I want to see how they use Kenley Jansen in a different style as they had last year. But here we go. And then we got Jason. I miss Verdugo. Hey, it was nice to have Doogie in the dugout, repping hard for the boys, bringing that energy. I think that oblique will be healed up, and he's going to be a story in the NLCS. So I'm not mad at that. Christian Mora, I worry about Kershaw after 50 pitches. Hey, Clayton Kershaw, he's got to rewrite his legacy, I think. I mean, his career postseason record, a record of 9-10 in his postseason history. His ERA 4.32. His struggles have been well documented. But Clayton Kershaw, he's got another chance. That velocity has dipped, and the velocity has dipped down to 90.4. That's what he's averaging on his fastball right now. But for him, is if you miss, you can't miss high. Clayton Kershaw, you got to limit those home runs. We'll take an occasional solo bomb, but Clayton Kershaw, he's got to miss low. He's got to keep low and away. He can't miss middle. Clayton Kershaw knows what he has to do, and the margin for error. Look, when you're Walker Buehler, if you look at that shot by Soto today, Soto just missed one. Got great spin on that, and he just missed an opportunity to homer to center. But Walker Buehler's throwing gas. Walker Buehler is out there butane style, right? You don't have that margin for error like you do. Clayton Kershaw has to have pinpoint accuracy, pinpoint command on the way he locates that fastball, and then utilize that 12-6 curveball. I have high hopes for Clayton Kershaw. We got to keep the vibes up, like Tommy Lasorda said. You always have to believe. So, and it was just great to see Walker Buehler. So Walker Buehler, 6 starts this season, he gave up 5 or more earned runs. 9, he gave up 0. Today, we got that elite Walker Buehler. So I liked what I saw out of him. What do you guys rate Walker Buehler? To me, today, I mean, he hasn't always been on his game. He's given up home runs at times. He's a guy who can struggle with letting base runners on, but not tonight. But on the year, a 14-4 record, a 3.26 ERA, and 182 and a third innings pitched. So, and two, if you look at it too, in 3 career games, 2 starts against the Nationals, he's allowed 5 earned runs in 13 1/3 innings for a 3.38 ERA. He bested that tonight. So gotta love what you saw out of our boy Walker Buehler. So We got Raider Mike, Drew Simpson. We got Rudy. What up, Rudy? Killing it, Doug. What up, Rudy? Michelle Carter. Gonsolin thoughts, Doug. Sad, I get it, but I mean, I'm sad too. I'm not a little birdie from Dodgers Nation. You know, we're plugged in to this organization. I kind of heard that when I heard that before it was announced, I was look. The thing is, Dustin May outpitched him. Dustin May outpitched him towards the end, and they just went with the experience of Ross Stripling. Look, you pay your dues in this. You pay your dues in the clubhouse. Ross Stripling didn't pitch last year. 2017, he pitched out of the bullpen. But if you look at it, it really just came down to Dustin May versus the Catman, Tony Gonsolin, and you just got to give it to Dustin May. Like I said, it's Dustin Mania. It's going to be a red October, and it appears like it's going to be that way. I think tomorrow you might get your first taste of Dustin May. You're definitely going to see Julio Urias tomorrow, but you just got to give it to him. So Dustin May, if you look at it, last 9 innings pitched for Dustin May, his ERA 0.000. That's 7 games, 5 hits, 0 earned runs, 5 hits, 0 earned runs, 13 strikeouts to just 1 walk with a whip of .67. So last 15 games, a record of 2-3 with a 3.63 ERA, and 34 innings pitched, 33 hits, 14 earned runs. But like the real FRG points out, Clint Pasillas, editor-in-chief of the Dodgers Nation, pointed out ever since he got rocked in Arizona and the ball popped off his head and he wanted to play in that game. He's basically a human cyborg. He's been a different pitcher ever since. So, and he just has elite stuff. That 98-mile-per-hour sinker, that's going to induce soft contact. When you got that kind of speed, great things happen for you in the postseason because you guys just can't catch up with that. And look, there's a lot of pressure on the batters on the offense. So if you look too, I mean, look at Walker Buehler. When he got in trouble today, he got that little soft contact. And he used it to his advantage. So I think we all love Tony Gonsolin, but down the stretch, and I think that, hey, that's always subject to change. It's always subject to change. You can carry a different roster with you every single round. So Tony Gonsolin, he's got that elite splitter. I liked him as a guy who can potentially start and give you 4 innings, but ultimately Rich Hill came back and he punched his ticket into the postseason. So, hey, man, baseball is a meritocracy, and the organization just felt like, hey, it was best to give Dustin May the look out there. If you look at Tony Gonsolin's numbers, last 7 games, 3-1 record, a 2.86 ERA. And in 22 innings pitched, 10 hits, 7 earned runs, 14 walks, 22 strikeouts, and a whip of 109. So if you're looking at the peripherals, you got to give May the nod. But I do think, though, look, the age difference, Gonsolin, a little more of a mature player as far as age goes. He's 25, May is 21, but they went with May, and may we see the results from it. So hopefully it works out. But back to you guys. Pennywise is going to get it done. I like that. By the way, who is your favorite costume? It's going to be May. I had to say it like that, Daniel. My bad. Alejandro, should we start Lux and Jock Peterson? Really? Look, man, it's a comprehensive lineup in the way they're going to use the analytics. And Gavin Lux, look, Dave Roberts said himself, he's not up here to observe. He's up here to play. That was evidence tonight. He comes in, and when you start your postseason career with a home run just like that, look, I know the Dodgers had a comfortable lead at the time, but there's no comfortable lead in the playoffs. There's always pressure, especially when it's your first at-bat. Look, he got a hit on his first at-bat. I think he doubled on his first at-bat. Against the Padres, right? When he came up, I'm trying to rack my brain. So he got 2 hits in his first game. This is a guy, the lights are not too bright for a special player like Gavin Lux. So you got to love that. And I think you could start. I think you'll see Jock Peterson start for sure. I think Jock Peterson will probably start tomorrow, especially off of Steven Strasburg, who's a righty. And then Gavin Lux, I think Gavin Lux could potentially get the start tomorrow too. So, and who knows how David Freese is feeling. We'll see how David Freese is feeling we'll see. We'll see how the platooning is going to work tomorrow. But back to you guys a second here. Yeah, so let me get my comments back. But how do you guys feel about Strasburg in game 2? Do you guys feel like they're going to get after him? I think that Strasburg, those 33 pitches are going to catch up on him. I don't think he's going to be fresh like we saw Corbin tonight. But yeah, I want to see Cody Bellinger have a bigger night tonight. Cyberpunk, that home run really got Lux going and confident. That's the thing. Confidence is key, and contact is king when it comes to the postseason. And yeah, you got to love what you saw out of Gavin Lux tonight. But yeah, tonight too. Yeah, if you look at it, the Dodgers, I mean, hey man, look at this. It was what they are, who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were. They matched their scouting report to a T. 6 innings pitched for Corbin, 2 runs, 3 hits. Nationals bullpen, 1 innings pitched, 2 runs, 2 hits. So look at that production from your bullpen. They're not helping you out. The 2014 Detroit Tigers, that's the worst playoff bullpen. Nationals, hold my beer, right? So they didn't get it done. Their bullpen, look, man, if it was the Little League World Series, we're playing 7 innings, they'd probably get it done. But to me, it's like a supermodel with a massive pimple on it. They got that 3-headed monster, those 3 aces, but you didn't help them out with the bullpen. So we're going to see. I think it's going to rear its ugly head again and again and again in this postseason. So but here we go. Don't trust Deadspin, Christy Jameson. Roberts, will he be limited? Jason Gonsolin looks like he could rock a white suit with a Colonel Sanders bow tie. Hey, man, the Frank Zappa comparisons. Everyone's got an opinion on the looks of Frank of our boy Tony Gonsolin, but. Back to you guys. No, really, come on. I have no fear of the DC Bugs. Edgar Cortez, we're going to smash Strasburg. His legs shake in the playoffs. Hey, man, the playoffs aren't for everyone. The playoffs aren't for everyone. So I think tomorrow. Look, the game 2 is always tricky. Game 2 is always tricky when you got a team like the Nationals, because hey, they win tomorrow, they don't have to come back to Dodger Stadium for Game 5 if they take care of business at home. So that's the thing. So you know that's gonna be a factor. You know they're gonna come in, they're gonna be hungry, they're gonna have that taste of the postseason, and yeah. But here we go. Back to you guys. Comments keep lagging on me, but there we go. We need Jansen to close. Hey, man, I think that tomorrow, if the Dodgers are up, you might see Jansen. I don't think they want to keep him on ice for that long. That's a long layoff. But Tina G-Man, Kenta came in, did his thing. Cyberpunk, our AB was really, really good today. I was impressed. Yeah, like I said, the results didn't show it in the box score as far as runs goes, but getting that count up. Patrick Corbin is a guy, trust me, if he was on his game, if he was averaging 16, 17 pitches per inning, he's a guy they would stretch out 7, 8 innings if he had it. But hey, that pitch count was up. They got him up to 31 right in that first inning. He ended up tonight pitching 107 pitches, 62 for strikes, 9 strikeouts. And that Dodger offense, the one thing that this team has improved so much this year is the ability to hit with runners in scoring position. Tonight, the Dodgers, 9 left on base, 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. But you got Max Muncy. That is the big difference. This team last year, 2 outs with runners on with 2 outs in scoring position. The Dodgers, middle of the pack. This year, they're 7th. So that's something where they have a marked improvement, runners in scoring position, and that's where they got it done tonight. So Max Muncy, gave him a lot of credit. He got it done tonight. And this Dodger unit, they just took care of business. They understand this is a long journey. The postseason, look, it's going to feel like the season's going to start for a lot of you guys, for a lot of this. And you hate to admit it, but it's going to feel like the season's really going to start when the Dodgers get back to the World Series. But we have work to do before then. So I think you're going to see right now that this Dodger team, they look focused. They look like they're ready to go. But back to you guys. All right. Now we got to fix. Cyberpunk, I love to see 0 runs in a 3-game sweep. That set the tone for the NLCS. It definitely would keep guys fresh. But I think you're going to see this lineup. Look, this lineup, these Nationals, their team scores a lot of runs. They're a team that they get a lot. I mean, Rendon, if you look at Rendon, he's really struggled going into September. From Anthony Rendon has not really got it going. And they really need that. If the Dodgers can really get Anthony Rendon, keep him at bay, keep him quiet, then that'll go a long way. Because if you look at Anthony Rendon, if you look at his numbers, heading into the postseason, look, you remember how red hot he was on the year. He had a fantastic year. If he closed out strong, he would have probably given Cody Bellinger a run for his money for that MVP award. But if you look at Anthony Rendon, no hits so far in the postseason. So no hits so far in the postseason. And last 7 heading into this game, he had a 150. Heading into the postseason, his last 7, he was hitting 150, slashing 150, 406, and slugging 200. So Anthony Rendon, going back to his last 15 games before the postseason, he was hitting just 163. So he's a guy they need to get going, and he's really getting cold at the worst possible time if you're a Nationals fan. But if you look at the Nationals, I just don't look. Like I said, the way this bullpen is, the Dodgers, they just expect great stuff to happen. If the score is tight early on, they understand their philosophy. They understand they're 87-6 when leading after 7. They understand how to win baseball games. They know how to close things out. Yes, they had the most blown saves with the Nationals, but, hey, the Dodgers were leading a lot. So that's kind of a little bit of a misleading stat there. But looking at the numbers, Trey Turner got a hit tonight. Soto got a hit, and that's about it. 2 hits is all the Nationals could muster up against this great Dodger pitching staff tonight, led by none other than the Bulldog, then Walker Buehler. He had it tonight. You saw he bounced it a little early. He was bouncing him in that first inning. That's all adrenaline. He's feeling that postseason, but he settled down and he dealed. So he was dealing all night long. Gavin Lux, you got to love it. A home run for our boy Lux. By the way, go get the Gavin Lux shirt at Dodgers Nation. That's a fresh tee. I love that one. Walker Buehler, Will Smith, Corey Seager had a hit tonight. Max Muncy 2 for 4. Chris Taylor had a hit 1 for 2. Jock Peterson hit a home run tonight. He went deep. A.J. Pollock, I was curious to see A.J. Pollock. Only his 5th postseason game for A.J. Pollock. And, hey, man, I think that it was a special – I think one of the – you really could have asked for a better start for the Dodgers. Walker Buehler looked great. The bullpen looked great. Joe Kelly's body looked like it was not aching, looked like he was fine. And then Gavin Lux goes deep. Jock Peterson goes deep. They do it with a more conventional way, and then they get it with the deep ball where the Dodgers have had so much success this year. So I was feeling good about it. How do you guys feel? How do you guys feel after game 1? You feel great about it? I think that was a great win by the Dodgers. They took care of business. They could have easily came out complacent. The Nationals riding on the high of that wild card win. So the Bulldog, I love it. Cyberpunk. Soto was very cocky today. He got what he deserves, a loss. Hey, man. I have to admit, man, I kind of like Soto, Bryce Harper, by the way, I didn't see him tonight. Where was Bryce Harper? Did Bryce Harper was injured or he did not get the start? I didn't see him out there. No, Bryce Harper was on his couch, right? Opus, I think postseason experience is big. Dodgers bats look so calm versus Corbin tonight. They played it right. That's a great point. They were poised. They were composed. They did not look like the bright lights of the postseason were affecting them at all. They did not look like the pressure to be the first team in the National League to make it to their 3rd straight World Series since the 1941 Cardinals. The early 40s Cardinals are the last team to do it. Last team to go to 3 straight World Series is the 1998 to 2001 Yankees. So, hey, don't kid yourself. I don't care what anyone says. There's all the pressure on the world on this Dodger team. There's so much pressure on this team to bring it home and end that curse at 31 years and get guys like Vin Scully, guys like Tommy Lasorda, guys like Sandy Koufax, who was in attendance tonight. The left arm of God was there to see Walker Buehler tonight. Loves Sandy Koufax. You're talking World Series MVP. Sandy Koufax is a straight, what a legend, man. Edgar Cortez, I think Pollock is going to step up in one of these games. I think Freese will leave his mark. I agree with you, too. Those are two guys that look, basically you're replacing Puig with Pollock on the right side to get the power. And look, Yasiel Puig had his success for the Dodgers, especially last year against the Brewers. So, Ricky Carter, feeling awesome. Mora, we got unlimited. This was a dress rehearsal for Pollock and Freese. They failed, and they shouldn't start again. Hot take in the house. I think that you're right on that too, a little bit. I mean, look, I think that they had a slow night tonight, but hey, man, there were two guys that were fooled by the best slider in Major League Baseball and one of the best sliders in the history of baseball. So I think that you got to just tip your cap to them. But yeah, I think AJ Pollock, when he came up, I didn't like the at bat when AJ Pollock came up in the bottom of the fourth. So if you remember the bottom of the fourth, you had a single by Max Muncy. By the way, Max Muncy, he broke up the no-hitter too. You got to love that. So Max Muncy breaks up the no-hitter. You get the base hit by Corey Seager. That gave the Dodgers runners on first and third with no outs. Will Smith came to the plate. Will Smith strikes out on a pitch. It was high and tight, and it was really out of the zone. So I didn't like that call. Will Smith didn't like that call. But he strikes out. And then Walker Buehler. By the way, Walker Buehler, only thing you didn't do great tonight was get your bunt game. Hey, man, let Clayton Kershaw take you under his wing and teach you how to lay down a bunt, because he wasn't effective laying down a bunt, and he strikes out. And then he gave Corbin that 7th strikeout of the game. And then A.J. Pollock, he comes to the plate, runners on the corners, 2 outs, and then he ambushes that first pitch, and then he gets out and then Corbin got out of the inning. So I would have liked to see a little better of an at-bat, more of a disciplined approach. You don't need to ambush with guys on first and third. But I think you're right. You're telling me David Freese. Look, man, David Freese was one of the only Dodgers to hit last year in the World Series. Last year against the Red Sox, David Freese went off against the Red Sox. He was 5 for 12, hitting .417. So I think that David Freese, and I think Max Muncy, too. You're seeing Max Muncy and the benefits of his positional versatility. Last year, he started 10 of 16 games. I think you're definitely going to see pillars. I think this is a team, a very platoon-oriented offense in years past, and this is a Dodger team, 154 different lineups this year. So you never know what you're going to get from this team. You know the brain trust of Andrew Freeman, Dave Roberts and company. They're going to do their homework and put this Dodger lineup in the best position to have success. And I think there's no question. I mean, I get what you're saying, a little frustrated, but come on, man. Give David Freese a break. I'm telling you, they've kept him on ice for a series just like this. But Tina, does Beatty start a game or a bat off the bench? I think Matt Beatty. I think you're gonna hear from Matt Beatty, no question about it. Matt Beatty is a guy that you're gonna see, that you're gonna definitely see. I mean, if you look at Matt Beatty, what he does as a pinch hitter, he's great, but he's struggled. I mean, last seven for Matt Beatty, he's hitting like 91. He's hitting like sub 100. But if you look at Matt Beatty, I think that the time is now you would hope so, because you would think that, of course, when Verdugo comes back, that'll be it for Matt Beatty. But if you look at Matt Beatty on the year, he's hitting .385 with runners in scoring position. So, but last 30, he's hitting a .182. So it'd be nice to see him get in there, get an at-bat. He's a guy, hard contact. I could definitely see that. Christy Jameson, am I the only one that thinks Kelly always looks like he's going to balk? He's got some ticks to him. My girlfriend always points that out. And he's got some weird ticks. But, hey, whatever it takes to get results, that's what I'm saying. I love how he gets off the mound, he takes his gum, he slaps it into the turf. But When is Jed Jerko going to have his bobblehead? Sam, I love it. Everything to talk about. You're sitting at home. When's Jed Jerko going to have his bobblehead? Whenever he gets a walk-off. And like the real FRG says, would it be a jerk-off? If no. But, hey, man, I don't know. I mean, I think we should be thinking about Pedro Baez before Jed Jerko, or even how about a Mike Brito? A Mike Brito bobblehead. That'd be pretty cool. Cyberpunk, Pollock and Freeze have never seen sliders Corbin pitch before. They were expecting the usual. That's the weakness of veterans. Dude, I mean, come on, man. Low in the zone, Patrick Corbin, A1, elite. Patrick Corbin is no joke. No shame on striking out on ace. That's like striking out to a Randy Johnson fastball. I mean, that's elite. So is Russell Martin on playoff squad? Yes, he is. Russell Martin is definitely on the playoff squad. And hey, man, he's a guy you want to see out there mowing dudes down with the arm. But, yeah, he definitely is. And you're probably going to see him in Game 3. I think you'll see him in Game 3 because of what he can do, what he does with Hyun-Jin Ryu. With Hyun-Jin Ryu, that's when he does his best. If you look at him, Hyun-Jin Ryu, when Russell Martin is behind the plate, he's got a 1.7 ERA when he's catching Hyun-Jin Ryu. So, the Hyun-Jin Ryu is going to be out there with Russell Martin. He's going to be doing his thing. He's going to be definitely in there. So, and he'll probably be catching Hyun-Jin Ryu. And if you look at Will Smith behind the plate, he had a 9.95 ERA, 19 home runs in 21 innings. So I'm not going to make too much about that, but those 4 clunkers he had, Will Smith was catching him in a lot of those situations. But David Freese is Mr. October, and he will leave a mark. Ricky Carter, man, you saw him, and he doubled home run, and he doubled home run, and he hit a home run in 2011 to beat the Rangers down to their last strike. David Freese last year, I gave you the numbers, 5 of 12. David Freese, trust me, he's going to be just fine, and he's going to be a contributor for this Dodger team. Time's here. All right. Nearing the 1 hour mark. So we got Game 1. Walker Buehler shines. The bullpen does its thing. Max Muncy breaks up the no-hitter. 3 runs. You guys feel, look, man, does it feel like Christmas to you guys? Are you guys excited? It's the world. It's postseason baseball. It is October, man. I just can't get enough of this. And tomorrow is going to be a thriller, man. Hey, if you guys want, man, tomorrow, if you guys have a job, look, man, Dodgers Nation will sign a letter for you guys to call in sick, because you got call in sick. You got all 4 series in play tomorrow, wall-to-wall baseball, all culminating with the Dodgers. The Dodgers, to me, the showcase game at night. You're going to have Steven Strasburg versus Clayton Kershaw. And I like Clayton Kershaw. I thought that they would set him up to have Clayton Kershaw on the road, but Clayton Kershaw at home, Dodger Stadium. He's like Dave Roberts said, he's earned it. And it's also puts him in a position where they can use Clayton Kershaw as a guy coming out of the bullpen. You saw what Clayton Kershaw did in Milwaukee last year in the NLCS coming out of the bullpen. You saw what Clayton Kershaw did in 2017 when he came in for when he came in there with 4 scoreless. So you saw what he did against his Nationals team, getting the final out in 2016. So he's a guy that has shown he can get it done out of the pen. But also, we're going to be coming at you live tomorrow night. So Friday night, big night. I want to see all you guys rocking with us for the Dodgers Nation post-game show right after tomorrow's game. So immediately following tomorrow's game, we're going to be coming at you live. Also, don't forget to follow me at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. You can listen to my other podcasts at the Get More Sports podcast. But, hey, man, any final thoughts? Final thoughts, get them in. Final hot takes, I'll read them off. Whatever you got, how you guys feel about your boys in blue, Walker Buehler, the bullpen. How about this? Who's going to hit a home run tomorrow? Let me know right now. Who's going to hit a home run tomorrow and predict the score tomorrow? Predict the score tomorrow. I think the Dodgers, against Strasburg, this lefty lineup's going to attack him. I think the Dodgers win tomorrow something like 5-3. I think it's going to be tighter. I think it's going to be little tighter, a little more of a test for the Dodgers, a little more of a pressure cooker situation. So I think the Dodgers win tomorrow 5-3. I think Jock Peterson goes deep again. I think Jock Peterson – actually, no, I think Max Muncy goes deep tomorrow. I'm going to change that. Max Muncy, he's hot. If you watched our preview show, I've had Max Muncy being my MVP. Dodgers go up 2-0 from Jose Rod Christie. I hope, Cindy, this is the year they bring it home for Vinny and Tommy. Hey, man, look, this Dodger team, hey, it took the Dodgers, took that Boys of Summer team 5 years before they got it done in 55. All those agonizing losses to the Bronx Bombers. You love your Dodgers, and we're going to be sticking with them until they get it done. We're going to bleed Dodger blue till we're 6 feet deep. 6-3 from Robert Benson. Tina G-Man, Muncy, and Bellinger hit a homer. Okay. Hey, man, I want to see Cody Bellinger. I want to see playoff Cody. I want to see Cody Bellinger. Look, we saw the improvement he made this season. I want to see that in the postseason. So I want to see him carry. I want to see that carry over. Look, last year, Mookie Betts wins MVP in his respective league. They go on to win the World Series. It's always great when you have the MVP winner on your team. The future is bright, big time. Dodgers win 4-2. Muncy and Turner go deep. Max Muncy will be MVP of the series. Ryan, hopefully Bellinger goes deep too, guys. But thanks for rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show. Go to DodgersNation.com. Greatest Dodger writers in the game. Daniel Preciado, Tim Rogers, Clint Evans, Clint Pasillas, Brooks Smith, the whole game. Marshall Garvey, Brian Robitaille. Man, you got to check it out. Best Dodgers site in the game, but you already know that. Get geared up. All the Dodgers Nation merch is flying off the racks. I love this one. It's enough about 88. The time is now, and the time was now for your Los Angeles Dodgers. But thanks again. As always, have a great rest of your night, and go Dodgers.